Hi everyone. After the Spyro 2 challenge, I had a lot of confidence in my ability to charge and jump. So for today's video, we are going to find out if Spyro can defeat the Sorceress without gliding. Can Spyro the Dragon become Spyro the Lizard once more and defeat the Sorceress? Let's find out. The rules for the run are pretty much the same from the last run, except I added one new rule. The rules are, I cannot glide, so I can only press the jump button to jump, and that's it. That means my movement will be very limited to the charge and jump. Guest characters are allowed, so I can use Agent 9, Bentley, Sergeant Bird, and Sheila in their specific level and side missions. I sort of have to anyways to be able to access the new homeworld. I must make it to the end of the game and defeat the Sorceress. Whirlwinds are allowed. I actually didn't find a way to cheat this game like the second game, so there's no restrictions that I could put on Whirlwinds to developer intended locations for those of you that saw my second video. But the restrictions are still there. Power-ups are allowed. I can use a Super Flame and Flying Power-up. I will make a video to see if it is possible to beat the game without power-ups if you guys want though. Vehicles are allowed. I can use the skateboard, manta ray, submarine, and any vehicles in the game. Speedways are not allowed. To keep things interesting, I won't use the speedways since there are potentially 12 additional eggs. With that out of the way, let's start the run. So first things first, see that egg on the ledge there? Get used to seeing a bunch of eggs out of reach. So many eggs are out of reach without gliding. Just like we did with Spyro 2, ignore everything Hunter says and just run across. We can get to this platform, but getting to the other side is just too far. So just in this scenario, this egg is not out of our reach. I actually went back right before the Sorceress fight and was trying to essentially jump over the gap or directly in, and it sort of happened. The basic idea behind this is that when Spyro hits a wall with his head, he is pushed back, and I wanted to see if I hit the wall at just the right angle, if he'd push himself back onto the platform. Luckily, he did so we can get the egg. Unfortunately, Hunter doesn't accept this, so if you fall to the ground and try to do this trick, he'll jump back over, so you won't be able to get Hunter's egg. So I'm not going to lie, this was the first level that I played because I knew there was a lot of gliding involved, and I wanted to know if we could get through it without gliding. So there is good news and bad news. The bad news is we have to glide. I tried all kinds of ways to get across the literal starting area of the map. I came close a few times, but I never went over. If anyone knows how to get past this area, please comment down below. Anyways, after coming to terms with the fact that we must do a glide, I thought, why can't we just glide to the end? So I tried it, and we can actually do it. I am so happy that this was possible. After that, I did all the side missions, since we need the eggs. Trust me, do all the side missions that you can, as it's going to be close for us to get 100 eggs to fight the Sorceress, since we can't glide. Unfortunately, to get here we must do a glide, so that makes it mission failed. So now the new mission. How many glides does it take to beat Spyro 3? This is an easy level to not glide in. All the eggs, baby. This is a pretty easy level, and you can get 100% of the eggs in it once you get Sergeant Bird. This is what we call a good level. Enjoy it. So beating Sunny Villa is easy. After getting 2 eggs from Hunter from skating and grinding out on this gnarly tubular skate park in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD, you can try to do Sheila's mission in Sunny Villa. If we could get there though. It is possible to do the first 2 jumps, but the last jump to get there is simply impossible. And remember, get used to some eggs just being inaccessible, like this happens in every other level. For those of you that don't know, there is an egg on top of the waterfall that we have to glide to. This is the hardest jump you'll have to do in this level. Gliding makes it easier, but you can get across. Seriously guys, get used to this, as a lot of side missions and eggs are just inaccessible since we can't glide. This game utilizes gliding a lot more than Spyro 2, unfortunately. Sorry Sheila, once again we cannot do your missions. Buzz. A joke, I used to be scared of him when I was younger. Now he's just a mega evolution of a frog Pokemon. I'll just give a spoiler for the entire video. Midday Gardens is the only homeworld that you can get all of the eggs in. Be happy. Unfortunately, There's only 3 eggs in this level, but we will take what we can get. This level really is the worst. I looked guys, but there's no way to get over the wall. You must glide through the towers, and you must glide not once, not twice, but thrice. That's 3 total glides. The run is definitely destroyed now. That brings our grand total to 4 glides in the game. We can skip this level and there is no workaround to minimize the glides. To add insult to injury, this leg is barely out of reach. I actually thought it was impossible, but didn't want to keep trying so I could avoid losing lives, but went back later at the end of the game to collect it, and I managed to get it on my first try. Humble brag is humble. Other than that, we gotta glide in this level. That's the main theme. Literally the entire rest of the level is only available if we glide. Spyro can't go lizard mode in this game. Anyways, we can beat this level with only 3 glides and 4 glides total for the game. Please comment if you have any idea on how to get over this wall. Another easy level. Spyro ended up making a few landings from jumps weirdly, but he can make it. We can finally do a side mission with Sheila, finally, and there's 2 eggs for this one. Plus, beating the sleepy boss doesn't require jumping. I actually felt bad about beating this guy. He's wearing his pajamas, like who does that? I gave up on pursuing this jump as it's only for 1 egg and I think it's impossible. One of my favorite levels solely for the music. I'm weird, I know. Yet again, another inaccessible egg. It's probably a goose egg with it being in a cave. Don't cry for it. This will be the only real challenge jump for the level. You'll get it eventually. This level I was scared about, and there's no gliding that you have to do that can't be solved by just charging. Getting this egg is one of the most fun things I did in the game. I love how he's still going through the animation when Spyro gets his egg. The scariest thing about this guy is how he looks, and he ain't that scary. This is like a Fortnite Halloween skin that they give out for free, and he would be tougher if he actually used his gun, but I guess he worked on his pecs more than he worked on a single brain neuron to remember to bring a gun that shoots. Getting eaten by the whale is easy, and giving him indigestion to get out is just as easy. The hard part of this level is jumping through the flames. Oh my god, this is hard. This probably took me an hour, and it's all to do 3 jumps. 3. Unfortunately, we sort of have to do it for the egg counts, but once we get to do it, that's 2 eggs done. Please give this video a like so my bloody PS4 was worth it after I made this jump. Yet again another impossible egg captured without gliding. There's also 1 in the tower, so thank you Insomniac. Don't worry about the bloody PS4, it wasn't with my blood. Playing through these characters' levels are so relaxing since they can glide, as I don't have to worry about any of the jumps. All eggs collected. This level is actually pretty easy except for one part, and you need to plan it out before you kill all the enemies. You need to strategically freeze this enemy so you can jump onto him to get to the platform above. Also, say goodbye to this little egg friend. This level was very surprising. I had some difficulty here, and this was the closest I got for a while. This role haunted me. I tried and tried and I finally got it. Even my successful attempt didn't really scream success to me, but I would take it since I didn't want to dedicate more time to it, as this jump was about to bring back the bloody PS4 memories. This was tough, trust me. After finishing this, the rest of the level was easy. Say goodbye to another challenge. Just kidding, if you swim through the lake and get the secret egg, you wind up on a ledge, and I thought it was possible to charge into the cave, and eventually I got it after a few tries. The worst part about failing this jump is actually having to get back to the ledge, as it takes about a minute to do so. Now we can do the Submarine challenge, which gives us a whopping 2 eggs. Everyone's favorite level. I really wish they had the start screen in this game. One on the list of my complaints for this game, as the original had this level as the start screen. Anyways, pretty easy level. I really like the fireworks effect after it hits an enemy. Also, Spyro can get damage from it. Don't ask how I know. Using Agent 9's automatic gun is always a plus in this level. I haven't played this level the legit way for years. Yet another challenge we have to say goodbye to. Although I hate beating the 2 dragons in there, it takes forever. Literally, the hardest jump to beat the level is the first jump, and it's not hard. I also thought this egg was inaccessible, but I had to try and it's possible to get without gliding. I actually can't remember how we are supposed to get this egg, but you can literally just charge to it. Also, you can charge to get to Sergeant Bird's portal. Jumping to the middle tower is possible, but getting to the other side is impossible as far as I know. This guy is more of a joke than the Fortnite guy. I wasn't even trying to loop this, but I looped it. He would send his popcorn fire attack to hit the ground directly in front of me. I would spit a green rocket at him, and he would just repeat the charade over and over until he died. The only reason I took some damage was to add suspense into the fight, but Batman over here just doesn't believe in change. So we are finally in the final homeworld. So far so good. As you would expect, not 1 but 2 eggs are completely inaccessible since we can't glide to them. It sucks too because these 2 are so easily found. All eggs for this level, so we are good. I actually like this level for all of the very obtuse nature of it, but knew there was a lot of gliding, so I was ready to leave the first chance I got, but I never got that chance. Firstly, woe is me, my sweet egg. Alas, Spyro is a lizard and cannot glide to you, except for when he may get the flying power up. Flying on the gems will take a few tries, but after struggling to get so far in the game without gliding, it will only take a few tries if you catch my drift. I'm not sure why I decided to jump to the left, but it worked, so it's an MLG strat. This jump will also make you cry, but manly tears, as you've been preparing for this. So I'd actually considered this level to be a failure, since we couldn't glide across the gap from the end of the level, as we only acquired 2 out of the 6 eggs. However, when I went back to the level to record footage, I found that there was a whirlwind at the beginning of the level, and that would make it so that we could travel to the middle point. So it actually is possible to get all of the eggs in this level. That means you, alas egg, and this stupid plane can be captured. I don't know why they didn't fix this mole minigame. I hate it so much. The time is short, the wizards are stupid, Bentley is slow to walk, Bentley is slow to attack, Bentley blocks half the screen, the moles run too fast, getting 1 mole in 3 seconds is not feasible, rant over. But we got all the eggs, so yay. This is the hardest jump in the level. The only redeeming quality in this level is that it has Tomb Raider in it, or Lara Croft, very cheeky. Completing it after the Manta Ray side mission shouldn't be too hard. Hey, I haven't said this in a while, but another missed Sheila level. Yay, bringing it back, Spyro? And if you look off into the distance, that's another pathway for another egg that we cannot get. You can actually get all of the eggs in this level. The worst part about this level is the slide, and that's because you lose lives each time you fall off the slide. Also, this level is a good source of riddles. This level is easy to complete, and that alone. I tried and tried, like seriously guys, but this jump is not possible. I tried from the side and the top, but it's like a millimeter too far for Spyro to charge into. And having to glide around to get to this egg is just unfair. Even if we were not gliding, like how are we supposed to figure that out? That makes 3 eggs we can do because of gliding, but with the 3 eggs we just obtained, that's exactly the amount we need to fight the Sorceress. And what makes this perfect is that this is the last level in the game that we could go to. So now we are ready to fight the Sorceress, since we have exactly 100 eggs as Bianca just explained. But can we do it? Have we leveled up enough and equipped the correct armor? Duh, there's no leveling up in this game. Just as a side note, did anyone notice that a dragon egg is on her scepter? For me, beating her is hard until Spyro gets the UFO, and then it's basically Rocket League training. Except this time the ball moves directly ahead of Spyro, and the goal is a Sorceress. So I know at the start of the video, one of the rules was no speedways, and I broke that rule, sort of. Before, when I thought that the eggs for Crystal Islands were inaccessible, I did the speedways to avoid gliding. Obviously I didn't have to, so the rule is not broken because if you take out the 6 eggs I got from the speedways, that will bring the egg count to 102, and the 2 eggs are acquired from beating the Sorceress and chasing money bags after you beat the game, which brings the total count to 100. Please don't make me do this run over. I hope this will not further confuse things, but I should mention the maximum amount of eggs you can get without speedways prior to fighting the Sorceress is definitely over 102. I scavenged the game for these guys, and that should be near the max. 2 of the eggs come from the skateboarding side mission in Lost Fleet. Another egg comes from Hunter's skateboarding challenge in Enchanted Towers. I just sucked terribly at it in the Reignited trilogy and decided not to get those eggs. Does anyone else suck at the skateboarding, or is it just me? Everything else in the game I'm somewhat competent at, but doing this Tony Hawk's Rhinoc races is just terrible for me. There you have it, guys. It is not possible to beat Spyro 3 without gliding. It takes gliding 4 times to beat this game. I honestly think that there may be a way to glitch through the wall or something for Enchanted Towers, but I have no hope for Cloud Spires. I'm hoping for someone to prove me wrong. This game has a lot more impossible jumps than Spyro 2, so use the sequel as the training ground before you come to this game to not glide. It is confirmed though that Spyro can in fact not go full on lizard, so he needs his wings to glide in this game. Please share your thoughts down below if you have any questions or comments about this run, and give this video a like, if not for my bloody PS4, so I know that you guys like my Spyro videos. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and remember guys, if you want to spice up your life, learn magic so you can create various beasts like the Sorceress did to fight Spyro. But if you want to have a new way to enjoy Spyro 3, play it without gliding. As for the next video, it only seems natural that I complete the trilogy and see if I can complete Spyro 1 without gliding. I have a feeling that it will require a lot more gliding, or no gliding but nothing in between. Thank you for watching. Until next time.